Thank you to Samuel Wright for your support on Patreon.
Day 7 Sunday. Day 7. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. This fucking background. Jesus tits. Dozer told me to come over during the afternoon, and it's already past noon. I think I'll text him and let him know that I'm going to head that way since I haven't heard from him yet. Hey Dozer, I'm getting ready to head to your place. Is that cool? I'll go talk with Maria while I wait for him to reply. Good afternoon, Grant. Good afternoon, Maria. Do you have any plans for today? I do, actually. Dozer, the friend I saw yesterday, invited me over to his place today. Dozer? You mentioned him the other day when you had hurt your finger, too. Yeah, he's the one that wrapped it for me. And he's the one who needed advice on and he's the one you needed advice for how to talk to, too, right? Oh, yeah, he's the one. Well, judging by how things are going, I'd say things worked out just fine for you, didn't they? Yeah, he's really cool and down to earth, so it's fun hanging out with him. You should invite him over then. I'll make you a big dinner one of these days. Oh, sure. That'd be nice. Oh, excuse me, Maria, that might be him. Now it's fine. I sent you my address last night, but let me know if you can't find my place. Alright, I'll be there soon. Sorry, he was just letting me know that it was okay that I head over to his place now. He doesn't live far off, does he? Nah, he lives over near the college campus. There's an apartment complex across the street from it, and that's where he lives. It looks like a nice day out, so I'll just walk there. Well, be careful and have fun. I'll see you when you get home. Thanks, Maria. I'll see you later. According to Dozer, this should be the place. He said he's on the ground floor, building 2, room 5. There it is. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Grant. Oh, there he is. There is the big, bulky man himself. Hey, Dozer. Come on in. If you don't mind, just leave your shoes right inside the door with mine. Oh, sure thing. Welcome to my home. It might look a little barren, but I really don't need that much stuff to get by. It's nice, though. There's not a lot of stuff around to clutter up the place. Reminds me a bit of my own room back home. Would you like a drink or anything? I have water or juice. Water will be just fine. I decided to walk here since the weather outside is so great. It is a nice day. My plants are loving it. Those are motioned towards a large window with sunlight pouring through it. He had a variety of different plants hanging from the ceiling and sitting on a table located on all the light. Feel free to look around and have a seat while I get you a drink. Couch, TV, table, it really is a little bare in here. All this space, but nothing in it. He doesn't seem to mind, though. I can relate to that, not having much stuff myself now. He wandered over to where all the plants were. They all seem to be thriving in the sunlight. Seems like he's into more than just bonsai trees. He has all sorts of different plants growing here. None of them look like bonsai trees, though. I wonder if he keeps those somewhere else. Here you go. Oh, thanks. You really seem to have a thing for plants. Yeah, they have a really positive effect on your health, mentally and physically. It could be a pretty cheap hobby compared to other things. You'd get along with my friend Maria just great then. She just started doing some gardening back home. Is she your roommate? You could say that. I see. Well, now that you're here, I never actually thought of anything to do. Oh, well, that's okay. We could just hang out and chat. You mentioned going over some of your math work, so we could do that. Well, that's right. I really would appreciate the extra help with it. Of course. I have nothing else to do today, so there's no rush in anything. Cool. For now, let's just chill a moment, watch some TV, and talk a little. Alright. You and Dozer sat down on the couch, and he flipped the TV on. You have anything particular you like to watch? I don't normally watch TV, so I have no preference, honestly. Okay, I'll just put on one of my favorite shows. Same show you're watching on Thursday? Yeah, it's called Rules and Systems. He can get pretty intense at times. Maybe you'll enjoy it. I've seen like every episode, but I still like to watch it. Something I used to do with my mom. I can't get over how much more he talks when he's alone than with me. He's almost like a different person. He's so quiet all the time. He must end up having a lot to say. He glanced down to the table in front of you, and beyond a couple of coasters, you noticed a picture frame on it. It was a picture of Dozer with another person that looked a lot like him, who's smiling broadly in the photo. Oh, Law and Order. Law and Order. God damn it. That picture. Was that your mother? Yeah, that's her. She's as tall as you are. Most people in my family are big, but I'm the bulkiest. Mostly because I put work into that. You both look really happy there. That was right before I came out here for school. She was sad to see me leaving, but she was really happy too. I felt the same way about it. When was the last time you saw her? Christmas. I actually went home during our winter break, so I got to see her then. Oh, I see. That's great then. What about you? Huh? When was the last time you saw your family? Oh. It's been a couple of years, I suppose. A couple of years? I don't have the best relationship with my family. Oh, that sucks, dude. I can understand a bit, though, considering my dad. You and your dad don't get along? Not at all. He was abusive when I was younger. Oh, man, that's terrible. I wasn't the only one that caught it, though. My mom did, too. It wasn't until middle school when she finally was able to get away from him. After finding out he was cheating on her, too, that was it. We lived in a battered woman's shelter for a little while, but we eventually got our own place and really got things on track. That's pretty rough. Yeah, but we're both stronger, better people because of it. Seems so. You're a great guy from what I can tell. You show a lot of compassion towards other people. Honestly, I never would have guessed that just from looking at you. Most people wouldn't. They tend to judge me for looking broody and whatnot. I'm used to that, though. That's no good, though. You shouldn't be used to that. I got used to it through high school, and it's mostly been that way since I got here. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't bother me, really. I have the team and my volunteer work to satisfy any kind of need to be social. And it seems I have a friend I can call on, and if I just need some company now, I'm all good. Oh, well, I suppose you are set then. I guess I won't worry too much about it. Yeah, don't worry about me, I'm fine. Which reminds me, Harvey won't worry anymore now, knowing that I have had company over. He's your friend back home, right? That's right. He worries a lot about me not being social. Says I need to be. Well, he is right, though. And I'm being social, right? You are, so I suppose he doesn't have to worry about you. He'll still worry, but it won't be as bad. I guess you two were close, huh? You could say that. He was one of my only friends back home. I do miss seeing him. He sighed, directing his attention back to the TV. So I'll go ahead and go with the trees. The trees. He really misses his friend. I should redirect the conversation. Hey, how about you show me your bonsai trees? I didn't notice them over with your other plants. You look for them? Yeah, I wanted to see how yours looked. Okay, let me show you mine. I keep them in the kitchen where they get a ton of sunlight, more than in here even. His mood shifted drastically. He seemed really happy you asked about his trees. Follow me and I'll show them to you. Here they are. I only have a few small ones, but I'm really happy with them. The biggest one in here is my red maple, and it's my favorite one. Whoa, this is really nice, Dozer. I've had it the longest, and I love the vibrant leaves on it. I like the others too, but this one's my baby, so to say. Next to the table with the leaves was a small shelf that was neatly organized with a variety of tools and books. You really take this seriously, huh? You have to when it comes to bonsai. It's a nice hobby, but it requires a lot of work. You seem really dedicated to it. I try. I've had some mishaps with these guys, but give them some time and they always perk back up. Do you think I could pick it up too? Bonsai? You could, as long as you have a good place for your trees to grow. Oh, I don't really have a spot like this. Well, you could always get a plant light too. Those help when you can't supply enough natural sunlight. If you're interested, I can help you get started. I'll think about it. I'd have to see if I have any place that I could set up, even with the light. I'll do what I can to help you out, if it really is something that might interest you. I have some spare tools you could have and some books you could read. As a matter of fact, here. He grabbed a book from the shelf and handed it to you. It's a basic beginner's book. Take it home with you and look through it to see if you might want to do bonsai. Alright, I'll take a look through this later. We could even go to some of the classes offered at the Brindle Garden. They'll set you up with a beginner tree. Sounds like it could be fun. I'll really consider it. Cool. I'll have to look through this some tonight. He really seems hopeful. I just don't know if I could set anything up like this back home. Your trees are really impressive, Dozer. You certainly do have a green thumb, huh? Literally, right? Yeah, I suppose so. Thanks for showing them to me. Anytime. I'll invite you over when I do some pruning on them. And you can see how I handle that, too. Sure thing. Now you've shown me these, how about we sit back down and go over your math work a bit? You said you needed some help with that, right? Didn't you? Yeah, if you don't mind helping me a little more. I don't mind. I'll get my stuff and meet you back in the living room. Dozer left you on the couch for a couple of minutes while he retrieved his math book, some paper, and a couple of pencils. He dropped back down beside you, and when he returned, he hunched over the table, spreading his stuff out there. So I finished up most of the assignment from the other day, but as I got some of the last few problems, I couldn't figure them out. I was really getting frustrated with it. The more complex problems dealing with evaluating limits are really throwing me off. You scooted a little closer to Dozer and leaned over to look at the work he was pointing at. See if I can help you figure out where you're going wrong. Going over your work here, most of this is correct. But here, look. When you simplify this equation, you split it incorrectly. Always double check the answer when you simplify it. Multiply it back together to make sure it's correct. Work slowly, one step at a time, and check each part as you go. Oh, I see now. I should have x plus 6 instead of minus 6. Knowing that now, you should actually be able to work through the rest of the problem. That you know how to do it all. It's just one little mistake so early on that the problem throws it off. Go ahead and work through it while I look over a couple of these others. Okay. Dozer went back to the problem and worked through it while you continued checking over his work. He pointed out again that his work was correct, but each time he had one small error that ended up leading him to the wrong answer. He inched closer to you as you pointed out where he was going wrong. It was almost like he had no perception of personal space since he was against you and had his head right next to yours. I really should just double check everything I do then. I was concerned I wasn't understanding something, but I suppose that's not the case. Thanks for pointing that out to me. Sure thing. I should be able to work through the rest of these in a second time without any issues. I'll do that now and see if I get the answers right. Alrighty, I'll just watch then. While he worked, he left his phone on the table near the top of his paper, and you noticed the screen light up. He recognized the picture of Harvey that popped up on the screen. Oh, 1 second, Harvey's calling me. I'll be right back. Dozer picked up the phone and walked off to the kitchen. Hello? Oh, hey, Harv, how you doing today? Yeah, that's good to hear. I'm sorry I have to cut this call short, but I have company right now. Yeah, he's at my place. He's helping me a bit with math, kind of like you always would. Yeah, think so. Really, Harvey? You're a mutt, you know that? I'll text you more about it later, okay? Yeah, you too, puppy. Bye. Sorry about that. No problem, you could have talked to him. It's cool, he understands, and as I figured when I told him I had company, he got really excited about it. He was rushing to get me off the phone. I'll talk with him more later. Dozer plopped down on the couch beside you. Alright, let me get back to finishing this work. You really helped me understand how I need to handle these problems going forward. Glad to hear it. As I said, you're making all the steps correctly. It's just little mistakes you're making. I'll be more careful and check everything twice from now on. Once I'm done with this, would you say to us heading over to the gym? I really don't have much else we can do here, but we could at least do something. Sure. The shorts I'm wearing aren't really suitable for the gym, though. I think I have something you could wear, actually. I have a hard time believing you were ever my size. You're right there. As odd as it sounds, though, some of Harvey's stuff managed to get mixed in with mine. And you two are about the same size. You two live together? We did for a bit. He went through some rough times at home, and my mom invited him to stay with us for a while. His clothes would end up mixed in with mine from time to time, and some of them made it out here with me, so I'm sure they'd fit you just fine. I see. In that case, sure. Awesome. It's hard to find a spotter sometimes, so I'm glad you'll go. I'll finish up this problem and we can go find those shorts for you. He continued with his work, and once he was done, he left you on the couch again while he went to find some shorts for you to wear. Here you go. These shorts will fit you just fine. The bathroom is the first door on the hallway, so you can change in there. I'll be back in just a moment. Oh, look at this bathroom. Well, these shorts are a perfect fit for me. I guess his friend really was about the same size. It's kind of odd that he has a pair of his shorts, though. But I guess if they live together, it's bound to happen. I hope he doesn't want to do anything too intense at the gym. I kind of like to take it easy since we'll be back at the courts tomorrow. They fit you alright? Yeah, perfect fit. Well, that's good. I figured they would be. Alright, let's get going then. We'll walk since it's just across the street. I think we'll stick to a more upper body workout today since we have practice tomorrow. Don't want to work our legs to be sore. Don't want our legs to be sore. Sounds good to me. I was hoping it wouldn't be anything too intense because of that. Yeah, I know better. Yeah, let's start with some bench presses and doing some stretches. I'll go first since I can't do anywhere near the weight as you. We'll slowly work up and see how much you can bench. Keep coming with me and we'll see improvements in no time. Try not to break me. I'll consider it. He chuckled and patted you on the back before leading you to a free bench. After a quick stretch, Dozer began to load weights onto the bar in preparation for your lift. There we go. I didn't overboard it on the weight, so you should be able to do at least 10 reps with this amount. Alright, I'll give it a shot. He laid back on the bench and grabbed the bar over you, and Dozer waited until you had lifted the bar up before stepping forward to hold his hands just beneath it. If the weight isn't too much, go ahead and start your reps. With a nod of your head, you began to lower the bar. You worked through the first 10 presses with no issue. On the next set, though, your eyes were drawn to Dozer's body standing over you. He was focused on making sure the weight wasn't too much for you, but you were distracted with your eyes darting from his crotch up to his stomach and chest. Grant, focus. Your face turned red and you directed your eyes straight up, only to see his eyes were watching yours. You quickly shifted them again to look at the bar you were pushing up. Keep breathing too. I don't need you dropping the weights on your chest. You grunted a response and finished off your second set. After a small break, you finished your third set of repetitions so Dozer could have his turn. Before he started his sets, you helped him add on extra weight. Jeez, you're able to bench so much more weight than me. I'm sure I've been at this a lot longer than you have been too. How am I supposed to help if something goes wrong? You'd be surprised how much an extra set of hands will help. I'd not worry too much about it though. I know what my limits are. Dozer had laid down on the bench and was getting ready to start his routine, so you stepped up and mimicked what he had done for you. You did your best to focus on making sure Dozer had everything under control, but you just couldn't help but admire the reptile's thick body. Each rep caused his muscles to visibly bulge out, and when you were entranced, you didn't even realize he had already done the first 10. Whew, I put a little extra weight on than I did last time I was here. I could feel the difference. Alright, the votes are in. We'll go with it's impressive. It's really impressive. Nobody on the team can even come close to matching you. You think so? Yeah, there's no way anyone else is as powerful as you. I suppose I've got the edge there. I think we can be unbeatable in doubles. It'd be hard for anyone to get shot past you and not have it smashed back at them. We'll have to practice hard and work together then. Mm-hmm. Dozer continued with his sets, and it didn't take long for him to finish. That's a good way to start off. I'm feeling pretty pumped already. You look like it, too. You can tell. He flexed and relaxed one of his arms a few times, watching it as he did so. I guess it is noticeable. Yeah, it really is. He could crush my head with ease if he wanted. What do you have in mind? What do you have in mind next? Since we're right here and have the opportunity for it, I figured we could do some bicep curls with the barbell. I'll take a little bit of weight off, do mine, and then we can take some more weight off for you to do yours. And if that's what you think we should do, alright. I'm just following what you do. Dozer removed some weight from the bar and lifted it up. He put his back to you, watching the mirror while he did this exercise. This one's pretty simple. Just take it nice and slow, making sure to watch your breathing as you go. You stepped over so you were watching Dozer at an angle from behind. You just watched him in the mirror, trying your best not to let your eyes wander. Alright, I guess we'll steal a glance. But despite how hard you tried, you couldn't help but let your eyes travel to his broad back. Your gaze traveled down to his back to his rear. His shorts might have been a little too loose around the bottom, but you could clearly see the outline of his butt under his thick tail. You let your eyes linger too long, though. Everything look good back there? Yeah, everything looks great. Well, your form, everything looked good in that regard. You detected a grin on his face for just a moment, but it was wiped away quickly. Form means a lot, so that's good to know. It's time for me to see if your form is just as good. That seemed to work out just fine. He set the bar down and removed some weight from it until you felt comfortable with the amount left on it. You took the same position he had and started your lifts. There you go, looking good. Dozer was watching you in the mirror, but you caught him staring at your rear end. He looked confused, though, and after a moment of staring, you saw his eyes go wide, and he covered his face with his hand. After he did that, he stepped behind you, keeping barely a foot of space between the two of you. Everything all right, Dozer? Just remembered something I need to take care of. We need to head back home after you're done with this routine. Okay, then. Sorry to have to cut this short. No worries, it's just about done. Once you were done, Dozer helped to quickly put up the weights you had been using. Alright, let's go back to my place. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. Come on. Okay. You can go ahead and change back into your other shorts. Just toss those ones you were wearing in the basket in the bathroom. I'm gonna change also. Okay. I wonder what it is he had to come back and take care of so suddenly. He's acting odd on the way home, walking behind me. Hope everything's okay. You pulled off the shorts Dozer had let you borrow and went to toss them in the only basket in the bathroom. Before you dropped them in, though, you noticed something smeared along the back of them that had dried up. I must have sat in something while at the gym. Glad we cut that trip short after all. You left the other shorts in the clothes basket? Yeah, seems like I had sat in something while at the gym. It dried all over the back of the shorts. Did you notice it? Yeah, I saw. That's why I was standing behind you, so nobody else would see it. Thanks, then. Did you take care of whatever it is you'd remembered? Yeah, it's handled now. I'm really sorry to have cut that trip short on you. Don't worry about it, it's alright. Let me make it up to you with dinner. It's nearly time for that anyway. I can whip us something in the kitchen. Unless you'd rather head home, of course. I can stick around. I got no reason to be home anytime soon. Good. You can relax in here. I'll make us something real quick. You like chicken? Yeah, I do. Alright, it won't take too long. I don't normally watch much TV, so I guess I'll just keep it on the channel Dozer had it on. It looks like the show we were watching is still on. Leave it. I suppose this'll do. Maybe I'll see why he likes it so much. Didn't really get the chance to watch it earlier. While you watch TV, Dozer would periodically pop in to check up on you. What'd you decide to watch? I just kept on the show you were watching. Oh, cool. Maybe you'll like it. Seems interesting so far. This is a good episode, too. You'll be surprised with how it ends. No spoilers. Of course, I wouldn't do that. As he said, it wasn't long before the smell of chicken filled the room. Hey, come get some food, it's done. I grilled chicken and seasoned it with lemon and lemon pepper, and I have salad on the side. I always have a lot of fresh vegetables for meals like this, so help yourself to any of it. Smells great, Dozer. Thanks for cooking dinner for me. It's the least I can do for you coming over today. Go ahead and mix yourself a plate. I'll get mine after. I'll pour some drinks while you do that. Alright, thanks. Dozer had prepared enough chicken to feed a small group of people, but you knew most of it would be eaten by him. You grabbed a piece of chicken and prepared a salad on your plate while Dozer readied your drinks. We'll just eat in the living room. I'll put your drink on the left side of the table. Gotcha. After returning to the living room to eat, Dozer followed not long behind you. As you thought, most of the chicken ended up on his plate with his salad in a completely different dish. I see you judging my plate. I'm not. I remember what you told me yesterday about how much you eat. I understand why, but it's still astounding. I'm a big guy, gotta eat a lot. Chicken is really good. Just the right amount of flavor and it's juicy. I cook enough of it, so I should know how to do what I'm doing by now. Glad you like it. You'll have to invite me over more often if you're gonna cook for me. Maybe so. Dozer finished eating his food long before you did, despite having roughly 3 times the amount. He leaned back with a sigh once he was done, resting one hand on his stomach with the other stretched out along the couch back. What are you going to spend the rest of your night doing? I'll do some math work, that's about it. How about you? I'm not sure. Probably. Just mess around with my computer. There isn't much else I have to do back home. Feel free to stick around here as long as you like if you aren't in any rush. Might be boring, but having company is nice. You're right. It's nice having someone around. I appreciate the offer. I'll stay a bit longer, but I'd like to head home before it gets dark. Yeah, since you have to walk. Yeah. Now, if you're done with your dishes, let me take them to the kitchen and rinse them off. You don't have to do that. Well, I'm gonna. You stood up before he could and put your hand out to stop him from getting up while you gathered the dishes. Thanks. No problem. After gathering the dishes, you carried them to the kitchen and rinsed them off. You noticed Dozer's phone was sitting on the counter still, and the screen was lit up with a new message showing on the screen. Looks like Harvey's picture on the screen with the message. OMG, that pair of shorts. After what you did, you big dork, I can't believe that. Wonder if this has to do with the shorts I was wearing today. What in the world could he have done to them? Hey, Dozer, your phone's lighting up in here. Oh, thanks. I forgot I left it sitting in there. Looks like a few messages from Harvey. Is everything okay? He's blushing. He's blushing. He's blushing. Yeah. I wonder what else Harvey said to him to make him turn red. I'll probably never know, though. You finished rinsing the dishes off and took it upon yourself to go ahead and load them into the dishwasher before joining back with Dozer in the living room. He was still using his phone, but he set it aside when you sat back down beside him. Thanks for taking care of those for me. I'll handle the rest of it later. You're welcome. It really is no trouble. Let's just relax now. I like that idea. Dozer's phone lit up again and he picked it up. I swear Harvey likes to make your life difficult for me. What is it? He keeps asking me to send you a picture of you to him. Oh, okay. Let's just do it like this. He turned how he was sitting, putting his back to you, and he held his phone out in front of him. I'll send one of the both of us. There. You should be happy with that. Maybe he'll leave me alone now. Why would he want a picture of me? He's always been a curious one, so when he finds out I have a new friend, he has to know everything I know. Just how he is. Oh, that's all? Sounds like an interesting one, that's for sure. He certainly is. He put his phone back on the table, face down this time. Time seemed to just waste away while you sat there on the couch with Dozer. Before long, you could see the sun beginning to drop as night approached. Man, where's the time gone today? It's about time for me to head home. Oh yeah, it's starting to get dark out, huh? Yeah. You gonna be alright walking home, or you're gonna be alright walking home, right? Yeah, I'll be fine. I haven't had any issues yet. Okay. I hope you enjoyed yourself today. I did. Thanks for having me over. Don't forget, when you get ready to work on your trees some more, you have to have me back over so I can watch. That's right. You be sure to look through that book. I will. I think I'll do that tonight, actually. And I don't think I'll wait long to invite you back over. Oh, well, whenever then. I'm free most of the time, so I'll keep that in mind. Send me a message when you're home, alright? Will do. Shouldn't take more than about 20 minutes or so. Got it. Well, be safe then, and I'll see you on the courts tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you then. He had his hand on your back as he guided you out to the door, and you could hear him locking up as soon as the door was shut behind you. Yum, yum, yum. Ah, welcome home, Grant. Thanks, Maria. Have a good time? Yeah, I enjoyed myself. It was a pretty relaxing day. Wonderful to hear. When are you going to invite him over for dinner? Oh, I don't know. I don't know that you'd have enough food to feed him. Really, he eats a lot? He does. He ate triple the amount of food I ate tonight. Well, that's nothing I can't handle. Invite him over one day this week, and I'll cook a good dinner for you boys. Any idea what kind of food he likes? Fish, chicken, and vegetables from what I've seen him eat so far. Okay. I'll do some shopping tomorrow and pick up some supplies, so be sure to have him over one day this week. Alright, I'll ask him when a good time might be. I'm going to my room to read now, since he sent a book home with me to check out. What kind of book? It's a book about bonsai trees. Does he do that? He does. He showed me his trees and other plants today. They really look good. That's so neat. You really must have him over then. I'd like to talk with him. Yeah, I'll be sure to invite him over and you can talk with him. Marvelous. I'll look forward to it. Go on now, you can go read. I'll go ahead and let Dozer know I'm here. I'm home going to look at this book now. That was quick. I suppose he already had his phone in his hands. Thanks for letting me know. Maybe that book will encourage you to start bonsai with me. We'll see. I'll get back to you about that. Alright, I'll leave you alone while you read. You don't have to. I don't mind chatting while I read. It's harder to focus. Just stick to the book. It'll be around whenever you finish with it for the night. Okay, I'll shoot you a message when I'm done then. Let's see what this book has in it. Who knows? Maybe I'll start a new hobby.